Welcome to the daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You want to find a position that is both sturdy and comfortable. You don't want to be uncomfortable because then you'll just be unnecessarily distracted during the practice. If you found a comfortable position, then your body kind of relaxes by itself and you don't need to worry about it so much. But if you're sitting on your foot or your back's in a curved way or something like that, it develops a little bit of pain after a while. So just find something comfortable. You also want to find something sturdy as well. Having a sense of stability gives us a sense of groundedness, a sense of being here for this moment. Not to use this moment to get to the next, but just for this moment. So sitting in a chair achieves these goals. Sitting in a formal meditation posture also achieves these goals. Just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice, but it really is optional. If you prefer to close your eyes during the practice, go ahead and do so. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you. Maybe just looking at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring or analyzing at a particular spot in the floor, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly, yet clearly downwards. You're in a comfortable and sturdy position, and your eyes are either closed or open, gaze directed softly, yet clearly downwards. Let's begin by leaving alone our futures and our past. Now, this is easier said than done, of course. But it's useful to maybe put our futures and our pasts pretty clearly in our mind. So let's begin with the future. Imagine all the things that you're going to do, all the goals you have, your purpose, your bucket list, everything you want. See it as this bag that is slung around your right shoulder. Notice its weight. Notice the stress and excitement. And just slide this bag off your shoulder. Completely leave it alone. Just for now. You can always pick it back up. But for this moment, leave the future alone. Even with meditation, whatever your intention was for starting this video, drop it. Be here. Now let's notice our past. From all the way where we were born, childhood, our accomplishments, our regrets, the good and the bad, the traumas, the story of I. Notice that as a bag also slinged around your left shoulder. All that weight that we carry along. And just slide it off your shoulder and completely leave the past alone. Give yourself permission here and now to leave alone the heavy burdens of both the past and the future, and rest completely here and now. Now take a moment to bring your attention to the coming and going sensation of the breath. Just notice the gentle rhythm of the rising and falling of breathing. Just gently follow this without being distracted, by this next thought, rising and falling. And I'm probably catching you thinking right now. This is okay. What we want to do here isn't to shut our mind off or to clear it or to quiet it down. Just like we let go of the future and the past, we want to let go of thinking. The constant commentary, the incessant chatter. So when you notice that you're lost in this thought, simply return to the breath. And do this again and again. No goal. Don't try to be perfect. Just gently return to the breath, rising and falling. Come back. Come back to the breath. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. Return to the breath, rising and falling. Okay, you can look at the screen. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote down a journal for himself, which he intended for no one to ever read. It was personal. But of course, as history has it, we have used it, and it's become one of the greatest books on Stoicism to exist. And it's quite a remarkable book. It's called Marcus Aurelius Meditations, or the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius. Now, not meditation like what we're doing here, but meditations in the sense of pondering. He would basically give himself lessons and talk to himself, and then attempt, of course, to follow his own advice. And in this book, in his journal, he says many profound things. But he says, we suffer more in imagination than we do in reality. We suffer more in imagination than we do in reality. Many of us have fear. I know I do. Or I've struggled with anxiety and fear and these kind of things for a long time. And when I think back on all the times it ever came true, all my fears that I was worried about, how many times have they come true for you? How many times have they come true for myself? I think maybe once it has. One time, maybe twice. Out of the hundreds of thousands of fears experienced every day, but maybe one or two have actually come true. And the Buddha also said this, where he says, if you imagine it to be so, if you think it's going to happen, it won't happen that way. Something like that. He's like, if you're imagining it in the future, it's not going to happen that way, the way you're imagining it. It's that little of a chance for it to go the way you think of it's going to go in your head. It won't happen that way. The future's uncertain. But we suffer, we choose to attach to thinking and think it's going to happen. Thoughts are so convincing that they make you think that their content is of the most important thing to listen to and pay attention to. When really the content of thinking is where depression, anxiety, and unwellness comes from. Especially the incapacity, the lack of our ability to leave them alone, to not be able to see thought as thought, and to be totally captured by this voice that we call me. Which is why this practice is of the utmost importance. We don't need to suffer as much as we do, because most of it is in imagination. It's in your head. It's in my head. This is the advice I need to take for myself. So practice. It really is that simple. If you learn to just every day, moment awareness, this moment, and leave thinking alone and alone and alone, just leave it alone. Your life becomes clear, not distracted and worried. So practice. As I usually say, it's probably the most important thing to do. Thank you for your time today. And as always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.